The whole crew is here.
Yeah.
Titi and Mary. Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good morning.
Welcome, Mary.
Look at the business look. Them and Titi are now.
I see
Titi, why now? Why now?
I try to, I don't know.
But at least mine still has a collar, so we are still
Niger corporate.
a corporate somehow.
Okay, so quite a lot happened over the weekend. Fuel was one big issue.
Yeah.
But, well, you've seen the news out there. NNPC has come out to rejoin us. So, but the interesting thing about that story was just that you see queues, even though there is no scarcity.
Yeah.
But in some particular filling stations, there are quite a number of queues.
Yeah.
All right. But
Like-
something...
Yeah, so like I was just going to mention, I actually passed one of the fuel stations today in that controversy we are trying to not talk about.
Yeah.
And then the first station was not selling, but there was a long queue.
Yeah.
Very long one.
My summary for that is that test it by yourself.
Test it out yourself.
Test it out, irrespective of what anybody's saying.
Yeah.
Go out there, buy both of them,
and check
and
it out.
test it by
So
yourself.
you know the issue for me has actually been the type of vehicle you use as well. I have a feeling the type of engine you're using might have a part to play in it as well. I could be wrong. You can correct me.
If you drink
Calm
dirty water
down.
and you drink clean water, it's not about your system, it's about the water
Winfrey,
you are
I
drinking.
did not say anything was dirty or
That's
clean.
just all. I'm
she's
just
not-
saying, I
she's
don't
saying.
give
So I'm saying
analogy.
you guys realize that the regulation is in play here.
Yeah.
So everybody with different pricing. And for me,
They
I would
want.
rather, whether it is cleaner or not, I will go for the 925 naira. It's a no-brainer.
The cheaper one, right?
And then you now tell me that one is even better. I'm
Yeah,
like, what am I looking for? But then,
don't
of course,
understand.
NNPC, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
has already put out a rejoinder that, listen, this isn't true and all. But whether or not it is true,
It's left to the
reality
consumers
is,
to decide,
as
to
a
determine.
Nigerian that I am, I'd rather go for affordable.
Affordable,
hoping
right?
It will be a lot
It will be a lot better.
Yeah.
All right.
So not to be the devil's advocate, if I go to the market and I want to buy vegetable
Why are
oil,
you calling devil?
Wait.
I'm just
If I go to the
asking.
market and I get
Who's the
vegetable oil, we know the ones that are considered better for your health. They are usually clearer. At room temperature, they are not congealed. But the thing is, the one in the market that congeals and does like this, that's the one most people buy.
because
Okay.
it fries well.
All right,
It still
let's,
does everything.
All right, let's move on to what we wanted to talk about, and that was based off, it was a friend of the house, Timini. He was here a few days back to promote his movie. He had a Valentine, movie out there, love movie out there, and there was something he mentioned.
Real love.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's it, real love. And actually, from reviews I got, it's quite a good movie, and that's from a particular very notorious reviewer on Instagram,
Okay.
who is known not to pull punches.
Okay.
And that reviewer gave the movie a pass mark, recommended. So okay, yeah, can go check it out. But then he mentioned something. He said Afrobeats or music isn't supporting Nollywood the way Nollywood supports music. Now that's one. We'll talk about that. But then moving forward, Dotun, the just retired OAP after 20 years, by the way, wonderful, great guy.
Retired?
He's retired.
He stated, and this is one that affects all of us, he stated that Nollywood and music, look, media has always been there for you guys.
True.
A lot of you from when nobody knew you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you blow, not only do you not even give media the credit, you even deride them so much so that you in fact, a lot of our artists who get to a particular level, they don't even do local interviews. When I say local, I'm talking about
Yes.
in your locale.
Yeah.
They don't even do local interviews because they feel they are bigger than that.
them.
You know, and there's a lot I want to talk about this that also links to that conversation of Bonner doing Bonner will do far better than Kendrick. No, for them they understand. No. Let's talk about that one. Let's talk about that one.
I don't
please.
believe what I heard is what I heard.
No, I mean,
So that we
I've not
don't
seen
divert. Yeah, so that we don't divert. But but the major thing, and for me, I just wanted to mention something. And I, as a person, would. This is me as a person. This is me as a person. Yeah, this is me as a person, and I understand where Dotun is coming from.
Yeah.
I mean, even just Wake Up Nigeria. Wake Up Nigeria has been on air for 7+ years to 8 years.
Yeah.
I know a few artists who were here.
Started with us.
Yeah. Essentially.
Maybe I can remember Rema.
Yeah.
I can remember Rema.
We've
I
had
remember when Rema
Fireboy.
had that. We've had Fireboy.
Yeah. Buju.
We've had
Benson.
Buju, Benson. This was before people knew them. We've had Spiral. I mean, before this. There are a lot of them. Wake Up Nigeria is the only show, I bet you, in Nigeria. I'm talking about music,
Yeah.
radio, TV, anywhere. that supports artists the most. And I'm not saying it because I'm trying to be narcissistic. I'm saying it because it is fact. We started having some days, we have 3 performances.
Yeah.
Where does, even on radio, they just play their music. Where does that happen? Nowhere. Maybe across the world.
Yeah.
Nowhere. But then it gets to a point where, forgive me, I'm talking too long. I need you guys to come in here and talk about. But yeah, you know what the whole thing is. He's just talking about that. Look, at the end of the whole thing, it is media, or most of us here, that support them, and we don't get that credit.
Mary, from radio days, when we used to, when they used to beg us to collect CDs to play. Now this is the type of radio where it's not just pressing a button to play a song or clicking a mouse. This was where you had to actually exchange a CD for another CD in good time before the news or before the break. We used to play these songs back to back. But I know how many missed calls I've given certain artists, certain actors, actresses, and they are still yet to get back to me.
Or is it Nollywood? Wake Up Nigeria is basically,
music,
if you've done a movie and you've not passed through Wake Up Nigeria, you've not had that movie.
Well,
That movie has not released. I am telling you, it's fact.
Mary, I actually want to hear your point. As in, based on this conversation.
I find this really amusing because actors like politicians do not like the radio anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
They like the visual. Let people see us. Let people see that, you know, we are performing. Oh, this is what I look like. Maybe because of the social media age. And then you hear things like radio is dying until their career is dying. And they remember
So
radio
then they
exists.
remember.
This is something we experience every time. This is a rinse and repeat situation. We've had it go on for years.
So it's like it's a fact that actors don't like coming on radio.
When they come to radio, it's rare.
They're
feel
nervous. A lot of them are
it's
nervous.
usually the producer self that will be more interested in coming, and then of course you bring the producers that are famous as well, try to like help them push their movies and stuff. Most of them do not like radio. They would rather be on TV. I cannot blame them to an extent if you're trying to push something. Maybe if it's off season, like you're not pushing anything and you're invited to radio, maybe. But during that season that you're trying to push a product, they believe that they have so much on their plates trying to do this media rounds and everything that they would rather focus more on TV. And so they only go to selected radio stations. So even you as a radio station who gives them all that publicity, they will say, friend of the family, don't worry, we'll see later. They will now come off season.
Exactly.
True.
Do you get?
True.
So they use familiarity to deal with
to
you.
get their deals.
Then,
Okay, so now riding on that, right? I would even say them not even wanting to. I can even understand in a way because I mean their art in the end of the day literally has a lot to do with visuals, right? Now, but even as at that, we all know that even inviting certain artists, certain actors, actresses on air is also a challenge. Same thing. Unless they're pushing something, we chase them. Sometimes you book them and they never show up. So that's the one side. Now, even talking directly now to Timini, I mean, you dropped a movie. I honestly believe that if the money was rolling in and you were counting a lot of money, you would not be here having this conversation with us. Just saying that.
He said it.
On one side, But then again, another thing is just saying, okay, fine, Nollywood supports, is that what he said? Nollywood supports
music. More than music.
Did they have choice? No, sorry, they have choice. Nollywood and Nollywood and music in Nigeria, which is bigger?
Yeah, I get what you're coming from.
The Timini and Davido will stand. Who will you? They're seeking favors as well. They want to be in their music videos. They want to, so they will do anything they can do to literally get on that. So I don't even think, first of all, that's a good comparison. And all of that.
And I don't think it's done for free.
But in the end,
I don't think it's done for free.
But do you think?
But it's still one industry. It's still one industry.
It's one entertainment industry.
The truth is, if you want the whole industry to grow, you can't have one aspect growing better than others.
It has no. It's a natural thing. Music will grow faster than movies. Any day, anytime, especially in Nigeria. Come on now.
No, so I get you. I get where you're going. But the truth is, if you hear the Oscars and you hear the Grammys, they're almost on the same level right now.
We're in Nigeria. Talking about Timini and Davido.
No. I'm just trying to say the entertainment industry abroad is growing because they are symbiotic relationships.
True, but then
here, we need that symbiosis.
So now here we're talking about. So someone mentioned a Burna and a Kendrick. No, wait.
Do you know
I'm just saying they just mentioned. They thought to mention it. They thought to mention it. Would you? The person is probably dreaming. But would you really mention an Idris Elba and a? Who has been asking for long?
Mufeda Major.
Yes, like No,
You
try.
could,
You try, but still, you know.
You could, but then, okay, so
I don't know,
the
you
point
could,
is
you
this
could,
here.
you
The
could.
point is this here, and I think everything, this was how it was couched, especially when Dotun brought everything to everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think it was a case of, while you call out people also,
Yeah.
those that live in glass houses should not throw stones.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that was where everything was just
Exactly.
coming
Do you
out.
come for
If you want to
interviews when
support,
called?
exactly.
Yeah.
If you need, if
Yeah.
you want support, I mean, if you look at what the skit makers are doing,
True.
it's mutually beneficial. You
Yes.
might call them
They invite
Yes.
themselves, they
because they know,
collaborate.
look,
Yeah.
amongst
They need
themselves.
one another.
So you might feel like, oh, they don't go for this part, but there's a click,
Click.
and that click
Yes,
is just
there's a
because
click,
of
true.
beneficial
Yes.
symbiosis.
Yeah,
that click is
networking.
because of you can benefit me, and you can't blame
They
them.
don't joke with it.
If I want to, of my goodwill, let a younger person come, that's okay. But if I know that you are on the same level, what? I have 5 million followers, you have 6 million.
Yes.
Let's knock
Let's
off.
do it.
Even if
Then
it's
you come with
5-5,
you come
yes,
with
of
2,000, and you want me to do collab.
But I mean, even
Who is
very
collaborating?
recently, there was a guest that we actually invited on the show, and then I literally heard that the person came only because they saw another person come on the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
that happens to me directly. I will invite you, we still. So by the time you now say, okay, and you mentioned, and I mentioned
VDM
what?
say he wants to
I'm
come
like,
now because G1 came.
we are waiting for him.
Wow.
And then you want to the questions this sort of video, the questions you want to ask. Would you sit with the president? Say you want to ask questions and all of that. Is he TVC News? You want to?
He's the one that is maybe.
Waiting for him.
You guys actually came out with your cutlasses this morning. What's going on? That's it.
It will be a really interesting interview, though.
You say? Please, I think
Just let us know what you think about all of this. We'll be back after this time out.
Yes, of course.